summer to cut COVID risks. But there is progress at America's schools.
I'm hopeful that we are turning a corner on this pandemic. Getting our children back to school in-person instruction as soon as possible is a critical first step in doing so.
Revised CDC guidelines cut social distancing in classrooms from 6 to 3 feet for elementary school students. Masks remain mandatory. In the year after COVID forced them into dock, a cruise comeback of sorts. Royal Caribbean and Celebrity say they'll restart operations in June, but only from Caribbean ports.
As Californians line up at vaccine sites like the one here at the Forum in Los Angeles, the state has reached a milestone, administering nearly 3 million doses in the past week. Governor Gavin Newsom says all Californians could be vaccine eligible by May. And the UK's coronavirus vaccination program has reached a significant milestone. More than half of all adults have now received their first dose. But the country's progress could be put at risk by a third wave beginning to sweep through the rest of Europe. Poland, France and Ukraine have all reintroduced partial lockdowns in a bid to curb the spread of the virus. German leaders have also warned more restrictions will be imposed soon. Pakistan's Prime Minister has tested positive for coronavirus 2 days after receiving his first vaccine. Imran Khan was publicly inoculated with the Chinese-made Sinopharm jab on Thursday in a bid to combat Pakistan's widespread vaccine hesitancy. There's concern his positive test could further set back the vaccination drive, and health officials have urged the public not to link his infection with the vaccine. Khan is said to have a mild cough and fever, and he's isolating at home. Japan has been rocked by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake off its northeastern coast. The quake knocked out power for hundreds of homes. It was strong enough to shake buildings 400 kilometres away in Tokyo. Japan's meteorological agency says the tremor was an aftershock from the magnitude 9 earthquake which devastated the region a decade ago. All tsunami alerts have now been lifted and no casualties have been reported. Well, Jeep is under mounting pressure to change the name of its top-selling Grand Cherokee brand. The car carries the name of America's largest indigenous tribe, and it says that's unacceptable. CBS's Errol Barnett reports.
Nothing in Cherokee's class even comes close.
It's been a common sight in America's driveways and back roads for generations, but now Jeep's Cherokee brand is facing calls to end the ride.
Their wishes need to be respected.
Rhonda Lavaldo from the Acoma Pueblo tribe is supporting the Cherokee Nation in a first-of-its-kind effort to have their name removed from the eponymous SUV. Cherokee Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. says, quote, "It does not honor us by having our name plastered on the side of the car."
We don't feel honored by using our likeness to sell products or even for sports teams. And it also leads to that stereotype that we're no longer here.
Leading a group called Not in Our Honor, this Haskell Indian Nations University faculty member is also asking Kansas City's football team to change its name and stop the tomahawk chop.
People don't really see us for who we are. For the first time, folks are really paying attention.
Sharon Carty is the editor-in-chief of Car and Driver, the first to report on the Cherokee Nation's request to Jeep.
Cherokee is one of the strongest brands they have in the market right now.
So fair to say that it is a cornerstone of the Jeep company.
Yes, it's definitely a cornerstone.
Jeep's new parent company said they are committed to open dialogue with the Cherokee Nation, but the company will soon debut a new Grand Cherokee model. Carty says recent history proves Native American brand name changes, even under pressure, are unpredictable.
As we've seen with, the Washington football team, and sometimes you see other places where the folks just dig in their heels, like the Atlanta Braves.
Which is why Lavaldo keeps pushing.
I would ask people to look at us from a different perspective as human beings and, respect our identity.
A request to reconsider what's really in a name.
Still to come on Prime News, your weather for tomorrow, and it's the big top of the table Super Rugby clash. Can the Blues snap a 7-year losing streak against the Crusaders?
What do you think about that?
The what?
Well, were you paying any attention?
Yeah, what do I think about?
Well, the Indians being called Indians, so disgusting.
What do they want to be called?
blacks.
Ah,
No, I'm just kidding. But they seem to be saying they don't want Cherokee on the side of the Jeep. I just can't understand why companies, when a minority says, would you mind changing your name?
yeah.
Because we find it a bit offensive.
Mm.
Why don't they don't just immediately do it?
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, isn't there another culture they can pick on?
Mm.
Why don't you pick on the British?
Yeah.
The Margaret Thatcher bosom buddies or something. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Call the Jeep the Margaret Thatcher. Well, let's think about it. No one would buy it. But I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Ronald Reagan.
Donald Trump's better.
Yes, it is actually. He's Indian. Thank God. That disgusting, evil man. Funny. That's funny.
We don't like $20 notes, do you?
Why do you say that?
Because you said.
Well, it's the bus drivers. I thought it was by law that the bus driver can, if you give them a $20, they can say, "I'm sorry, I'm not doing anything with that." But I don't think it's actually law. It's I can't remember how the bus driver explained it to me. But everybody, so the story goes, but I don't need to worry because I've got stuff on my card.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Means I have to concentrate and make sure I don't unnecessarily rip myself off. Because I understand if you touch it when you get on. If you don't touch it when you get out, you get charged the entire run.
Yeah. That's right.
Glory be. So,
You don't want wet string.
well, I don't see why not. I think I've still got some milk,
Okay.
and it hasn't gone off. Miracle of miracle. Might as well put the... Oh, it's getting close to 6. When are you leaving?
10 to 7.
10 to 7. Oh. Oh, glory be. I went and spent $45 on a mask.
On one mask.
I thought it was going to be a good one. I'm not so sure it's all that great.
Oh, Campbell, that's absolutely ridiculous. You do some strange things.
Why is it reckless? Every time you go out and, oh damn, I forgot my mask, because that's
Yes.
another $6.50.
No,
And you can't rewash them, they're just one-offs.
but the $45 one you can wash, I bet.
Yeah,
Have you got one for now?
yeah. But I think it's utterly
You
ridiculous.
can get a pack.
Yeah, for $6.50. It
For
reminds me of like when you go smoking, and you know it's very, very cheap. The packet is only $50. Then you need something to light it with, even if it's 50 cents matches. If you lose your matches, then well,
Yeah,
okay,
but
you have to.
Cam, I have bought at a
As I know what you do, you're
At a
blessed
$2
by the
shop.
dark angels and all the rest of it.
But listen, I got a pack of
Yeah, $6.50. What happens when you lose them and you want to get on the train?
You lose the whole pack.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And the whole thing is ridiculous because there isn't any bloody virus. But what would a white faggot know? I hope I've got everything. Fuck. Count of the Lord Jesus.